Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture, just to see if those incidents affect our daily lives. Listen, we are here because the judge has finally sentenced Tory Lanes, whose real name is Daystar Peterson. He has been sentenced today by Judge Hereford to 10 years in prison. Now, the prosecution wanted 13, and the defense wanted probation. And so, if you saw my video that I posted yesterday, I thought that the judge was going to split the baby and give him like 6.5 years, no more than 8 years. But that's not what happens today. In the courtroom, I've been reading what Megan Cuniff has been writing in regards to what was going on in the courtroom. And so I'm just going to be very brief about it. Yesterday, I talked about that the judge received about 60 to 70 letters of support for Tory Lanes. I mentioned that he got one from Iggy Azalea. He got one from his the doctor that was treating him for male pattern baldness. He received one from the mother of his child, his parents, and all of these people that are familiar with him and that love and care for him. So I want to go briefly because I don't want this to be long. I just wanted to let you all know that he had been sentenced. I did want to talk about. I did want to go over, where is it? I wanted to go over her tweet. But every time I pop her tweet in, hold on. All right, so let's see if I can share my screen again. This is the second time I recorded this. This probably would have been better if I had done it live because it just been one and done, you know. All right, so just it says right here, I'm reading right here. Just in, Tory Lanes has been sentenced to 10 years in prison for shooting Meg the Stallion. Tory Lanes did a statement, and in court, he read a statement in court. Part of that, what he read, according to Megan Cuniff, was I said some immature things that I shouldn't have said, and I revealed some secrets that I should not have revealed. So remember, I talked about Meg the Stallion, and she made a statement yesterday. Here is a brief synopsis of that statement. Because you remember, I don't know if you all were familiar with this, because like I said, I did not know who Tory Lanez was until after it had been reported that Meg the Stallion had been shot. And after that, my curiosity piqued me. So I was just looking and see who he was. And every time you saw this whole thing, this whole campaign that he had of misinformation to put out there to basically, number one, say that Megan was a liar, to say that she wasn't shot, because there is a whole subgroup of Tory Lane fans that believe that she just had glass in her foot. That wasn't bullets. She had got glass in her foot. They don't even believe that she was shot. There's a whole subset of Tory Lane fans that believe that we're making a really big deal out of bullet fragments of a bullet that ricocheted. He wasn't really trying to hurt her, but he shouldn't be punished because she got bullet fragments in her foot. And you saw these two groups, and then you saw influencers, DJ academics, and other folks weighing in on this and presenting information, false information, as if it was factual, which then riled up the public, in my opinion. And then you started seeing Tory doing certain things, because once he figured out that the public was, that, DJ Academics was on his side, and there were other people that were on his side and kind of just talking. And also, you remember too, Carl Crawford was in there throwing subliminals and things like that, because it was a matter of, and this is what's insidious about it. I just read the tweet about him saying that, they bonded over the fact that they both lost their mothers. They would drink about that, and they would tell each other little different things. See, he already knew that she was feeling isolated and alone because all the major players in her life had passed away. And he understood that, and he then decided this campaign of, I'm going to figure out ways that everybody who is on or supporting you, even if their support is tenuous, I'm going to get with them and talk with them. Because you notice he's not even from Houston, but he was in Houston all the time with Carl Crawford in 1502, doing whatever, going to parties and stuff like that, alienating her from her city. He was, and if Houston wants to say, no, that's not true, bombastic side-eye, criminal offensive side-eye, because we saw this. Artists that she had worked with, you would find him in those spaces with those artists. Particularly, she worked with DaBaby. She did a record with the DaBaby, and I never forget. They were promoting that song, or they were supposed to be promoting that song, and I remember her and DaBaby did, I think it was an IG live, and then how distant and dismissive he was with her. And then when she was trying to talk to him about things, and he was very dismissive about it. And you can see on her face, there was befuddlement, confusion, and hurt, because she figured out through that whole thing there was something else going on, because the baby done talked, Tory Lanes done talked with the baby. And then you also saw it too, because it was like inch by inch by inch. And the biggest thing that to me was like, yeah, he was doing way too much and he got caught. You remember when that Rolling Loud festival concert was down? I think it was in Florida. I believe it was in Florida. And Megan Thee Stallion had performed. Well, right after Megan Thee Stallion performed, here comes DaBaby. And then you see this hooded figure come out in this little cartoonish little thing. And DaBaby is like, I'll give somebody $100,000 if they can guess who this is, And everybody is, looking like, okay, because I'm watching this video. And then after a few minutes and everything, after he done riled up the crowd about it and everything like that, takes the head off. It's Tory Lanez. Number one, Tory Lanez had a restraining order against him. He wasn't supposed to come from a certain amount of feet around Megan. You're at Rolling Loud. Artists are there. You know that you're close to her. But to me, you did it as an intimidation factor. Like, it don't matter where you are. And I hate to say it like I have to say it, but it's, it's that it don't matter where you are, bitch. I'm going to find you and I'm going to be in your space. Keep on. That's that feeling that I got. And I was like, wow, how come ain't nobody reporting the fact that, he has a restraining order? He's not supposed to be there. And then things started rolling and the ball started rolling. And then the light bulb started going off in everybody's head. Like, oh, he is really, really trying it. He tries to act like that's not what he's doing. And even prior to that Rolling Loud, when he made that whole album talking about this ain't what happened, whatever it was, I didn't listen to it. I just heard the snippets of it. But he did like a whole album basically trying to tell that girl or gaslight that lady that she didn't know what she was talking about. And that's just that isolation and control and all that other stuff. He did all those things. It was insidious. He did it. He did those things, and it played out online, and we all watched it. And the saddest part about it is that towards the beginning, She protected this man. She didn't let them know that he had a gun in the car. Hell, she even lied about the gun. She even didn't even tell anything about the fact that he shot her. He was the one that got online and started cutting up to the point where she had to come online and say, "You dry shot me. You're the one who shot me." And then everything rolled downhill. Everything rolled downhill. And so, all the nuances going on about, what was it? Uh, Violence against Black women by Black men was one of the nuances or the things that were being talked about that swirled out here. Uh, the other one was, and I think the thing that you'll hear a lot of Tory Lanes fans, oh, well, she lied. And what they were talking about is Megan did an interview with Gayle King, and Gayle King asked her some questions in regards to her relationship with Tory and all this other stuff. And I think Gayle asked her a direct question and asked her, did she have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? She said no. Then we come to find out that that wasn't the truth, right? That is what, and I will say, that was what a lot of men were harping that she should have gotten in trouble for, because she lied about having that relationship with Tory. And Tory shouldn't be on trial. She should be on trial for lying about having a relationship. When she made that lie, even though it was a public lie and it was told on TV, she didn't lie in a court of law. It didn't matter about that sexual relationship and her lying about it on national TV. Tory Lanez was in a court of law. It mattered, but it didn't matter to the point where she was going to be prosecuted for lying about having a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez. Now, does that have a ding on her character? Yes, because she knew that her friend was trying to get with Tory, and she got in the middle of that. Now that's questionable. You won't hear me say it wasn't questionable, because it was. That was questionable. That's a ding on her, to me, on her character. But even with all of those things, if you thought she was a bad friend, if you thought she was hoeing around, if you thought that she was a liar, if you thought that what her music and who she is, what she represents, even if you found all of those things distasteful, there's no reason for her to have been shot at. None. She was not causing you physical harm. You had no harm or anything. And what's so insidious for me is that she was walking away. She was leaving. And you shot at her to the point that the bullet ricocheted and hit her feet. Thank goodness that she didn't die. Because everybody's like, oh, it's bullet fragments. Y'all should just get over it. No, she was shot at. Who raised you? You have to really soul search yourself. She was shot at. Regardless of the damage, she was shot. She was shot at. The bullet hit her. Regardless if it hit her whole or in pieces. There is no my bad from that. Anyway, so Mr. Peterson will be spending 10 years in prison. I think with good behavior, and he had some it sounds like he had some great letters of recommendation from the prison chaplain and all the people that are working with him in there. They say that he feels remorseful. I think that if it comes up for parole in a couple of years, I think that he'll be able to get out. I don't see him doing the full 10 years. I think he'll probably do 4.5, 5, maybe. We'll see. I know he's working on an appeal to his conviction. So if that comes through, he may be out earlier than that. There was other issues I wanted to go around there that was swirling in the community. Oh, I think it was basically with Iggy Azalea. I was going to show that Iggy Azalea. Yeah, I was going to show that little slide, but it's too much for me to try to pull up for y'all because it keeps knocking my StreamYard program out if I try to put it up for some reason, and I'm not gonna tempt fate. But basically it was her tweets in regards to doing a oh Lord, how do I open this? Let's see. It didn't come up as a give me a brief second. I'm just scared to do this again. You know what? No, I'm just scared to do it again. Because if I click it, yeah, it did the same thing. It knocked me out. Here we go. Whew. All right. So I just wanted to read clearly. Let's see if I can share my screen. So this is in response to the I guess the backlash that Iggy Azalea was getting in regards to her tweets. I mean her letter, because apparently she thought that it was supposed to be private, so she was going to give him some private, send out a private letter, but it's it's public record. Once you do something like that, it's public record. So clearly they did not let her know that. Don't know if that was going to be an issue for her, but you see it on the screen. She wants to say, she hadn't been in touch with him and she doesn't support anyone. The whole thing is full of oddities. My letter never mentioned anything in regards to what happened that night. I was told that this is for a judge only, yet it's being discussed in public. Never intended a publicity comment, a public. Yeah. Anyway, I am not in support of throwing away anyone's life if we can get a reasonable punishment. I was asked about my genuine experience and type of punishment I think he deserves. I'm not interested, but I understand why it's being sensationalized. So she tries to diminish it down at the bottom. And I think a lot, what she was getting, a lot of backlash she was getting was the fact I heard, I had seen a video, and forgive me, I can't remember who that was, but she was basically saying that, Iggy Azalea has spent her career cosplaying a black woman. You see, this black woman has been shot. This man has been convicted, and you are sitting here supporting uh, this man, and you want to act like, no, I was just trying to make sure that nobody got to prison or anything like that, and all this other stuff. But you wanted it to be private. You wanted that support to be private. Um, I do have so much more to say on that, but I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Tell me what you all think about this. Tory Lanes, like I said, has been convicted. I'm curious as to what DJ academics and all the people that were supporting Tory Lanes, what are they saying at this point? We will see. We will see. Like I said, I've been following this case from the beginning, so this has come to its conclusion. What do you all think? Do you think Tory was railroaded? Do you think his conviction and then his sentencing was fair? Do you believe that this was a case that shouldn't have come to court? How do you all stand on this issue? Let me know down in the comments, or just let me know. Just if you don't care about it and you just want to tell me hello, you can do that too. All right, you see it scrolling down on the screen. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Your likes and your comments help me in my engagement. And your subscription helps me reach my goal of 1,000. Once you subscribe, you'll be open to a plethora of movies and television series that I have reviewed, and also you will be you will have a lot of videos under my pop culture chat. Like I said, we do these pop culture chats to just kind of figure out how does it affect us? What are the nuances going on in this case? And basically, what this is a case of the day of, probably a lot of drinking, too much drinking. There was some jealousy issues going on, very emotional issues and things of that nature going on. And so you take a day that was supposed to be lathered in fun that turns into tragedy toward the end, and how quickly that can change, and how liquor can exacerbate that. Does liquor absolve it? No, but alcohol can exacerbate a lot of different things. Any of those substances can exacerbate a lot of these situations. All right. We do this every week. Every week. You know, it every now and then I wish I could sing. I just do. All right. We do this every week. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for supporting me on my goal and my quest. And as always, people, bye bye.